Hello friends, welcome back to another session of Kubernetes. So in this session we will learn about replica sets. So in our last session we are done with the namespaces. Like how we can create the namespaces, how we can delete the namespaces, and how we can create the pod inside namespaces, and what is the use of namespaces, why we need namespaces. So we have already we have done all this session. We have learned this in our last session. Now we will learn about the replica set. That is again a new important object in Kubernetes. Similarly, like pod is one object, namespace is one object, and replica set is again one object. Okay, so first we will see what is replica set. A replica set is one of the Kubernetes object similar to namespace and pod. So far we have seen namespace and pod. So this is a replica set is an another Kubernetes object that ensure that a specified number of pods or pods replicas are running at any given time for high availability. See, this statement is important, that a specified number of pods replicas are running at any given time of high availability, at any given time for high availability. Suppose if I say I want to deploy my application, and my application should be up and running into 5 instances. Anyway, if one instance failed due to some reason, then also 5 instances should be up and running. Not more than that, not less than that. That guarantees is provided or given by replica set. So if you see the diagrams of replica set, something will look like that. Inside your replica set, pods will be there. Inside replica set, pods will be there. You will define the pod numbers, how many numbers you want. You can scale it up, scale down as per your requirement. You can, but initially you want 5, 6. You are telling I need 5. Replica set will contain 5 pods, and inside pod containers will be there, and containers will have application that can have one application, 2 applications, one container, 1 application generally, and one container can have more than one pod, like one pod for database, one pod for application, one pod for any other Kafka or RabbitMQ server. So that is up and running. So replica set will have pods like pod 1, pod 2, pod 3, pod 4. Pods will be there, and each pod will have containers that can have one container or 2 containers. If you want to run more than one application, you can have 2 containers. General scenario will have one container, and container will have application, that application is running. Okay, so this is the diagram of pods. Okay, if the pod is crashed, suppose if one pod from the replica set, like 4 pods are there in this replica set, so any one is crashed, then replica set will bring up another pod automatically. You don't need to tell explicitly. That's why it is giving 100% guarantee of up and running the given instances of the application. That is the meaning of this one. Specified number of pods replicas are running at any given time for high availability. If any one is crashed due to any reason, hardware issue, software issue, service not available, some bugs is there, any problem came, your pod is crashed, it means your container crashed due to some problem in the application. Your container crashed. If your container crashed, pod will affected. It means if any pod is crashed, replica set will bring up another pod automatically. And if pod is replica set span across multiple nodes for cluster, yes, your pods will be created across the cluster. It's not guaranteed that suppose you have a cluster of, currently in our case we have a node of 3 cluster, manager node, but manager node not taking any loads for pod or for container, worker node 1 and worker node 2, currently 2 nodes we have. So these 2 nodes will take the load of containers to create the container, delete the container, everything. So it is saying replica set spans across multiple nodes of cluster. So this replica set will, suppose this replica set has to create 4 pod 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 pod might be created in container 1, or might be created in node 1, or might be created on node 2, or can be created on worker node 1, 2 can be created on worker node 2. And if you have 100 node cluster, so across the 100 node it will create, like in some node it will create, it depends. Your cube scheduler will pick the best node. Okay, next, replica set maintains the pod replicas across the cluster. Okay, replica set help to scale the pod across the cluster. Similarly, if you use swarm, so with the help of swarm you can easily scale up, scale down, or you can use stack also, Docker stack. If you use Docker stack also will help you to scale up, scale down. You can do everything with that one. We have already seen that one. So this feature, the scale up, scale down feature, is supported with the help of replica set. So currently replica set is giving 2 features. One feature, 100% guarantee of the pod. You are specifying I need 5 instances of the application. It means I need 5 pod. So 5 pod will be up and running. You no need to worry about if anything is crashed, failed. If you intentionally also deleted the pod, if it is not crashed, not failed, but you intentionally deleted one pod, or by mistake you deleted one pod, the new pod will automatically created. You no need to worry about that one. So that is the one good feature is provided by replica set. Another one, it also help to scale up or scale down the pods. When I say pod, it means application instances I am scaling up and scale down. So replica set helps to scale the pod across the cluster. Replica set helps to maintain the load across the cluster. Yes, definitely if it is a multi-node cluster, then a replica set won't create the pod inside the same node. If it is created in the same node, then there is no high availability. When I say high availability, my application is high available. Whenever you access, it's available. How it is possible? If and only if your application is running on different machines. Suppose in 10 machines you have deployed application, then only it is high available. If one machine crashed, failed due to some reason, other is running, application will be accessed from that one, no issue. So that is the meaning of it is help to maintain the load across the cluster and high availability. Okay. If you want to know more about the Kubernetes object, you can simply execute this command kubectl explain. Explain what? Explain rs means replica set. Explain namespace, it will tell the detail about namespace. Explain pod, it will give the detail about pods. Explain service, so will detail will be provided by Kubernetes. Kubernetes has this command, explain command. Explain command can be used to explain any of the object. Similarly, if I tell you please explain Java object, how will you explain? Like Java is an object, it will have a state and behavior, something like that. Similarly, if you are telling to explain if you are telling to explain to Kubernetes, please explain me about replica set, it will give some details about a replica set. We will see this one. Or else instead of rs you want to use full name replica set, you can use, it's up to your choice. Rs is short form for the replica set. Fine. So replica set we will create using YAML file directly. There is no way like you can create the replica set, because you need to tell so many things. Okay, so we need to create a YAML file, my replica set dot YAML. I'm giving the name as a my rs dot YAML file, and that YAML file will have these many elements. So we will learn this one by one first, then we will go and create the replica set in our EC2 instance. Okay, so API version, this API version is changed. Previously v1, it was v1 only. Now it is not a v1, apps v1. You have to use version as apps/v1. Okay, kind means type of object. What type of object you want to create, what type of object you want to define in YAML file, you have to tell. I want to define replica set, or replica controller also you can give. In old versions replica controller, but now it is latest replica set. Okay, or else see, previously we were giving here kind pod. It means we are going to create the pod, means we need a pod definition, so that's why kind we have to tell pod. Now kind is replica set, and we have seen kind namespace also, so we have to tell what type of definition kind is used to tell to Kubernetes that what type of object definition you are going to specify in YAML file. I am going to specify the definition of replica set, so kind is replica set. Then metadata of what? Replica set. What is the name of replica set? My apps rs. My apps rs is the name of replica set. Label, what is label? Label is used to filter the replica set. Simply I will show you that one through example. We'll see. Next, spec is nothing but specification. So replicas, how many replicas you want when replica set is created, how many pods you want. You want 1 pod, 2 pod, 3 pod, the initial pods. Later on, if you want to scale it up, you can scale it. You can scale to 3, 5, 10, 100, whatever you want as per your requirement. But initially, how much pod you want? 5, you can specify. You want 1, you can specify here. Selector is match label. This label, my app and my apps is the match label. This label will be matched when you are going to filter the pod. Okay, to filter the pod. And next is template. Template is nothing but the definition of pod. That's it. Template is nothing but the definition of pod. If you see in our pod, when you are using kind pod here, at that time we have seen metadata and spec will have the pod definitions. So this is nothing but the pod definitions only. Okay, so labels, What is labels here? What is labels here? So labels used to pick the replica set among many replica sets. You want to filter, you can filter. And replicas defines the number of pods to be created. Template will contain pod definitions, and container, as usual, container can have one container or two container. So how many containers are there? See currently how many containers definitions you are giving? Two containers definition. One is my web app C container name, another one my tomcat C. So two container definitions you are giving here. And that will have my pod will inside this my pod, it will be my pod will have two container. Okay, template will have what? Pod definition. Template will have pod definition. What will be the pod name? This is the pod name. And the label, my app is the label. And specifications will have the container definitions. So container definition. Okay, so this much is we have to write in our YAML file, and we will do the practice first. Okay, so first we will explain replica set and we'll see. So first we need to start our machines and we need to connect to our manager. Okay, manager node. Okay, will take some time. Let's I think it is started. Copy the public IP, come here, SSH I yes. Okay, now first kubectl get pods, get pods. So there is no pod, get replica set, because we are going to create replica sets. Is there any replica set? Okay, so there is no replica set also. And if you say please explain me, explain explain replica set, it is explaining replica set. Similarly, if you say explain pod, it is explaining pod. Explain namespace, so see, it is explaining. So explaining is what? See, first see explain replica set. So so what it is explaining? It is explaining what should be the group app, what should be the kind, replica set. Kind, you have to use replica set. Version v1. Okay, and if you use pod, you have to use kind pod. And if you have to use namespace, kind namespace. Description, some description you can give. Fields, how many fields will be there? See, suppose for replica set, how many fields? API version, that is a string type. Kind, again string type. Metadata, object. Spec, replica set specification, status, something like that. So these are the definitions of replica set. If you use full name, replica set, and define explain replica set, you can copy this full. Okay, clear once and Okay, so now you see version, you can use this also, v1, whatever version it is giving here you can use it, you use it, v1 here, apps v1, use v1, it's also fine, whatever, because this is the source of truth, whatever the v1, the version, kind it is telling, you have to use that one only. So v1 you can use it here. Okay, fine. So currently in our there is no replica set. Get replica sets, if you use get rs, there is no replica set in the default namespaces. We have seen that non namespaces, how we can define the namespaces, we will see that in later. Okay, so clear it. Now what is our next? Next we need to store this file. This file we need to store to our here. My rs YAML is not there. So how will you do it? So for that one we need to copy this and simply just not here, this is replica set. So just store this file first. What is the file name? My rs replica set .yaml. So save this file. Okay, now this file is saved in your server. Now see here ls, so my rs.yaml file is there. You can see the content of my rs.yml. Yes, definitely replica set definitions file is there. Use this definitions file to create the replica set now. Let me see the get pods first, whether it is okay, it is working. So now simply what you have to do, simply just you have to execute this command, create same command, definitions file, what happened, no match with kind replica set in version. Okay, resource mapping not found for name, my replica set namespaces, no match for kind replica set in version v1. So I think we need to use that only. Okay, just try to save, means update this file once. Okay, now okay, it is updated, file is updated. Now try to create. Okay, it is created. So I think you should use apps /v1 version, API version, you have to use apps v1. Okay, that is version v1, that is different I think. Okay, fine. So replica set is created, you can see here. So what command we executed? kubectl create or apply is also there. Suppose if you want to update this replica set, which replica set? My apps rs, this is the name of replica set. So this replica set, if you want to update some updated configuration, like you updated this definitions file, currently there is 2 container, you added one more container, you want to update that replica set. So instead of creating again, what you can use here, kubectl apply f my rs.yaml. So it will update the replica set. So currently this replica set is created. Now you get the replica set, get replica sets. Okay. So you can see get replica sets again, it is again. Let me do one thing. Okay, so you can see replica set is created. Get replica set, if you use, it is getting desired 5 current 5, ready 0, age 4 minutes. So what it is telling, so some more detail if you want to get, you can use o wide, some more detail it will come, like it will give the details, like what is the container, how many containers are there, these are the name of the container, my web app C, and desired 5, and this is the selector, my web app selector, that is used to select the pods. Now I want to select the pods. So replica set is there is only one replica set, currently there is only one replica set. Okay, fine. Next, get replica set, or use rs, or you can use get replica set, this name, short name you can use, or the full name you can use, you can use wide this command also. Okay, so you can use either full name, or you can use the small rs, simple short form you can use. Okay, so get replica sets. Now get pods, if you use get pods, how many pods are there? Okay, so if you see get pods, how many pods are there, you can get more detail also. So you can see some of them are created on worker node 1, worker node 2, worker node 1 or worker node 2. All pods are not created in the same node, you can see here. And container creating, it will take time. I think this, why this error several times we are getting, our system configuration is low, that's why it is processing, sometimes it is not able to process the request, so that's why connection is refused. So that is okay, you take high-end configuration and you do that practices. So you see here we have the 5 pods. Now 5 pods we have created successfully, and you see the name of the pods, how it is giving now, my app rs, this is the replica set name, after replica set name hyphen, then some alphanumeric key it's adding, alphanumeric key is adding. Okay, like that it is creating the pods here. So show labels, get pods and show labels. So far you see there is no labels, you want to show the labels, so it is showing the labels also. Now you see labels, along with labels you want to get some other detail, you can get that also. Yes, so see it is giving some details like labels along with the worker node, and IP will come whenever it is ready. Currently it is in creating state, you see, but definitely it will be created. Even if you stopped your EC2 instances, you come again, then it will do the your process, remaining process it will do, definitely it will do. And 2 by 2 is similar, like how many containers are expected in this pod, 2 containers, because we have specified 2 container in our replica set, you see 2 containers. So 2 containers inside your pod, the pod name is started from my apps rs. Okay, fine. So you can get the details, more details like that. And you want to print the labels, this is the labels, my apps is the label. If you want to filter with the help of labels, you can filter, because directly if you filter get pods, how many pods will come you don't know, because you are not filtering on the basis of namespaces. Also namespaces are default one only, so you want to filter, you can use the labels, this namespace. Okay, fine. Next, our next command is show labels, my apps, copy. Currently this will not give any difference, like labels also it will show, but I want to show only who has this label only, my apps. Okay, so my apps label is my apps. Yes, some of them are ready. You see, some of them has error also, but some of them are ready. Give more, you want to get the more details, so void you use and it will give more details. And you see here, 3 out of them 3 are ready. 3 are ready. Status running, 2 error. If it is error, then again it will restart, no issue. Restart value will be increased and it will do that restart. It will be 100% guarantee for 5 pods, don't worry. Okay. Yes, get pods, show labels. Yeah, labels also it will come. Replica set my apps rs. So you want to describe this replica set, you can describe. I want to describe this replica set, my replica set. I want to describe whatever I created, my apps rs. I want to describe it. So how can you describe? Simple, just you have to use kubectl describe what replica set. Which replica set? My apps replica set. This is the one replica set only, this is the one replica set only that I created. I want to describe it. So it is describing namespace. By default namespace is using selector and label. This is the selector and labels. Pods template, like this is the pod, 2 pods are there. One pod is my Tomcat, another pod is my web app. And these are the events successfully created. How many containers are created? Successfully created 15 minutes ago. Okay, so like that you can describe. Okay, next I want to scale this replica set. I want to scale this replica set to 10. Yes, it's scaled, and suddenly you came back and you see the pods. Now how many pods are there? 10 pods are there now. I scaled up. Previously 5 was there. You see, 5 was there. So 5, among the 5 currently 2 are running, 3 are creating. 1 2 3 4 5. 5 is creating. So 5 new creating. Total 10. Here you see the command kubectl scale what? Replica set. Which replica set? My apps rs replica set scale with how many replicas? 10. So total 10. 5 was already there. 5 was already there and 5 new it is creating, and still it is creating. Some of them are running, some of them are in error state. So everything it will be managed, it will be creating again, and if it is failed or something happened. Okay, now you describe. Now you see the description. Where is the describe? No, let me copy that command. In that case, again I will just describe once. So you see, now you see how many are there? 10 are there. It is adding that history whenever is created, deleted. If it is deleted, then also it will be added. Suppose intentionally I am going to delete some pod. I am intentionally going to delete some pod. So now currently all are running. Some of them are restart also, but all are running. Clear it. So all are in running state. Intentionally I am going to delete this pod. Can I go it? Yes. Kubectl delete pod. Which pod? This pod. It's deleting. Will take some time, but pod will be deleted. Once the pod will be deleted, automatically new pod will be started. So currently let's wait to be deleted this one. Okay, so if it is taking long time, you do Control Z and you go and check the get pods again. Okay, now you see 25 ages. Okay, so what you can see here, it is terminating. Which one it is terminating? That what we tried, my apps rs2thkz. so this one it is terminating. See, it is terminating. Definitely it will do, it will do, it will not skip this job, it will do successfully, it will be completed, but it will take time. If you take high configuration system, it will be do faster. Okay, so once this is terminated successfully, once this terminated successfully, okay, leave it. So once this terminated successfully, automatically new nodes will be created, because it is guarantee, it's giving guarantee that 10 pods should be up and running in case of any failure. Not more than 10, you cannot give more than 10 until and unless you have not scaled up or scaled down. You need to scale it up, scale up, down, you have to do. Okay, yes, so still it is terminating. And meanwhile, if you want to scale down, you can do it. I want to scale to down, scale to 3 now, I don't want these many, so it is scaled down. So again you see scaling down, yes, see this is terminating, this is container creating, new container creating. Okay, that is different. Now see how many are terminating, how many are terminating, because total I said here I want 3 replica set, I want only 3 replica sets, so it is terminating. How many it should terminate? Total are 10, I want 3, it means 6 has to be terminated. So terminating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 1 it is terminating that we intentionally terminated, we intentionally deleted, but that will be created again, no issue, that will be created again. Okay, okay, you see, so still same, terminating. Okay, so that's okay. So yeah, anyway this will be terminating and it will be creating one more also, it will do that one. So like that you can use a replica set. If you want to delete the replica set, you can do that also, you can do that also. kubectl delete what? Replica set. Which replica set? You have to tell the name of replica set, that this replica set I want to delete, it will be deleted. Okay, currently this system is very much slow, that's why see it's taking too much time to terminating, creating. Even if it is failed, it is taking lot of time to again restart, but it will be done successfully. So it will take time, that's why your system should be high end, because this is a clustered environment. But for in our case, for testing purpose only, we have just taken some nodes that is not free tier eligible, but it's not high end configuration, only 2 core CPU and 4 GB RAMs, that's it. Okay, but definitely if you take any other configuration like 8 core or 10 core and 60 GB RAM, something like that, it will work very fastly. Okay, so this is all about the replica set. You can explain the any object, not only the replica set, but this explain command we have seen in replica set only, but you can explain any other object also, like pods, we have seen that one, like pods, namespaces, replica sets, service also. You can whatever you want to get more information about the object, you can use explain. And then we have seen how to create the replica set using YAML file, and how many components are there of YAML file, what is the use of selector, like that is used to filter. And this match label is also used whenever you are deleting the pod, or whenever you are creating the pod intentionally, it will not allow, if you delete the pod. So currently if you see so currently if you see how many pods will be there, currently 3 pods are there. It is not connecting. Let me clear it and I will show you. Just try once. I think better we should go with mini cube just for testing, but we'll see. Okay, still it is terminating. See, still it is terminating. Okay, so currently only 3 is required. 3 pods are required because it will terminate, and we have said we need 3 replica sets. Scale this replica set to 3 pods. So even if you created intentionally with the same name, with the same selector, label selector, same label selector, if you used my apps, if you used anywhere in other YAML file also, if you used and you created the pod, it will not allow. It will not allow. You try that one. Give this name and label same, and inside that other YAML file you give some other container also, and you try. It will not allow because this match label is used for managing the pods. Like whether if you are creating new pod, it will not allow. If you are deleting the pod from that contains this label name, then again it will create a new pod automatically. That's why it is giving 100% guarantee of the pods up and running for given number of times, for given number of replica sets. Sorry. So this is all about the replica set. Okay, the some elements we have described like label, replicas. Like replicas will define the number of pods to create. Template will contain the pod definitions. See, template will contain only the pod definition, name and specification. Okay, containers will have a container information, like more than one container can be there. Create command, this is just simple command, whatever we have used so far. Create or apply you can use. If it is already created, you can use apply. You can get the list of replica sets. You can use short name rs, or you can use full name replica set. Get the pod, this is the same command, but show the labels also, which label is used for this one. It will show the label also. Okay, and filter with the labels, you can do that also. Okay, like app, my apps or something. Fine. Scale up, scale down, like number, you have to tell the number, like kubectl scale what? Replica set. Which replica set? You have to tell the name. How many numbers you want to scale, you have to tell. Okay, you want to delete, you can do that also. So yeah, now you see. Now we have seen, again we have checked, only 3 are up and running, all are deleted. Intentionally 6 are deleted and 3 are created. 3 are not created, just 3 left, all are deleted. If you scale to 5, then 2 more it will create. Okay, but you try that one. We are not doing. Maybe it will struct again. Okay, so like that. And what was the next? We were discussing the command. Yeah, scale and delete. If you want to delete replica set, you can do that also. You can delete it. And if you want to describe, suppose I will just describe this once. Yeah, describe my replica set. So okay, now it will in the last history, it will show lot of containers will be deleted, some of them are creating, deleted, all it will be added in that history. So when you describe, it will give in the history. See, successfully deleted. How many? 6, 3 and 5 and 6, and one more 7 that we intentionally deleted. So this is that one, 71H6D something. Okay, fine. So like that we can use replica set. But directly replica set we will not use. Replica set will be used inside deployments that we will see in our next session. Okay, so I hope you like this session. Please subscribe my channel and we will see you in the next session. Till that, bye bye and have a nice day.